Okay, so we're at week 3 with the puppies growing, and I think you'll notice a big difference in just the 1 week. But first, we've got the questions that the children asked from the school. At what age do puppies stop drinking Vicky's milk? That was from Maya. They stop drinking it at about 6 weeks old. At 4 weeks old, they start eating some puppy kibble, so when they stop nursing our mum, they eat the puppy kibble all the time. When the puppies are drinking, I notice that they pull. Does it hurt Vicky? Now. It might hurt a little, but Vicky doesn't show any sign that it does hurt. And they aren't using their teeth, as they don't have any yet. Remember I said they had that big tongue, so they use that as the funnel. Are they considered octuplets because they were all born on the same day? Tell her. That's a really good question. I've never even thought about them being octuplets, but there's no reason why they couldn't be. They certainly are all born on the same day. When can the puppies go outside? It'll depend a lot on the weather. If we get a mild spell, they might be able to go outside around 6 weeks old. If it's cold and snowy, it will probably be around the 7 to 8 weeks. I like to get them outside before they go to their new homes, because I have a nice play area outside that they can run around. Can Anne sleep upstairs in her room now that the puppies are getting bigger? Tom. I finally got to my bed last night. Not because of the puppies so much, but Vicky, because she's drinking and eating so much, she has to go out in the middle of the night. So she comes over and nudges me with her nose or makes a little noise, so I have to get up and take her out. But she'd done 2 nights where she hadn't got up, so I thought I'll go in my own bed last night. And she didn't get up. I do have the baby monitor, so I can hear if anyone stirs or Vicky needs to go out. How many centimeters did the puppies grow since their birth? Zoya. Well, when they were born, they were about 19 centimeters. And now they're about 25 centimeters, so they've grown about 6. And when they were born, they weighed about as much as a cottage cheese container, one of the small ones, or a packet of butter. And now they weigh as much as 2.5 containers of the cottage cheese, or 2.5 packets of butter. So now we're going to see if their ears are open. So we're going to see if they will hear when I call them. Puppy, 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 hi, puppies. Puppy, puppy, puppies. Give my puppies. Hi, puppy, puppy, puppies. You can hear. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy, 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 puppy. Hi, puppy, puppy, puppy. So as you can see now, the puppies are a lot more active. They're moving around in the box. They're getting up and down. Their eyes are open. And as you heard, their ears, and they're making little bark noises. And you can see one has just gone over to the paper and done his pee, so he's being very good. They're starting to go from the blanket over to the paper. And there's another one going. They don't like to go on their blanket, but they sometimes miss, and the edge of the blanket will get very damp. So then I know I have to put the newsprint out, and they come over on it. As you can see, they're still a bit still quite wobbly, and on the newspaper it's a little bit more slippery, so their little legs tend to slide under them, whereas on the blanket they can move more easily. And they're making a lot more little noises. And at times they're starting to play with each other. They'll mouth each other and bite an ear or mouth an ear or a tail. And we'll have a look in a moment to see that they don't have any teeth yet. But they're coming. Vicky's still cleaning up after them. She'll probably stop once they're on the kibble. But you see, I've put a few little toys in, and particularly ones that make a noise, so if they knock them, they rattle. this little girl. You can see up close in her face. She's being very good. We're going to have a look. I'm going to sit down because it makes it easier. I have to put a towel down just in case she has a pee. We're going to see if we can look in the mouth and see. She doesn't have teeth, but you can see the little ridges of the teeth coming through. You can see little white marks coming, so the teeth probably will be in by next week because they're going to be 4 weeks old next week and they'll start on puppy chow. And you can see their nails are getting very long. That's in a week. So I have to clip them again so that they don't hurt Mum. And the nails, just like your nail, it's pink and then it goes to white on the very tip. So I'm cutting off the very white tip. Whoops, you're putting your head in the way, sweetheart. And I'm using the same nail clippers that Mum uses because their little claws are so tiny. Someone's biting me and I can't feel anything. I can feel little bumps and she's putting her little mouth on my hand. We have to do the back ones. They don't actually scratch Mum, but if they're crawling all over everybody, they can catch. She's being quite good because sometimes they're very wriggly. There we go. There. So you're all set to go back. Oops, a sneeze. So we'll put you back in. Mum's gone in and she's had a dig of her bed. So it's getting quite crowded at the milk bar. And often some will sleep now and some will nurse and then they'll go off and have a sleep and then the others come back and nurse. I think when they find they can't get a nipple, they just go off and go to sleep. You can see that little one work moving quite nicely. Now the puppies are moving around a lot more. I had to put in the first doorway. Remember I showed you that I had the doorways to put in? Well, they were all starting to climb out over the doorway because it's not very high. So I had to put this one in to stop them. And when Vicky looked at it the first time, she said, I can't get over that. And it took her a little while to realize that, yes, you can jump in and you can jump out. So now that the puppies can't get out now. I think they've all been nursing quite a while, so they're all going to sleep. So the next time you'll see them having their meal, starting on their puppy chow, and they will be a lot more active. They'll have longer play periods. They're still very, very sleepy. They still sleep a lot, but they'll play for a little longer. And Vicky just lies there. She's been such a good mum. So we'll see you next week.